Hello, everyone. RBG Kim Kid here, back with more Final Fantasy 16. In the previous video, we destroyed a crystal, and then a lot of shit happened. Sid died, unfortunately, but now we're taking on the Mothercrystals Sid, and time passed, and yeah, now we're rebuilding. Hey, baby.
Otto will want to know what happened in Cosness. I expect he'll be in the mess.
Again! I seen schoolboys swing harder.
So let's go. I just want to look at the map. So he's over here at the mess, but I kind of want to check out over here first. Check out all that stuff. So I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be our archives now or something. We'll see.
Sid!
Staying long this time?
First, let's touch all these stones. Drake's head and Constance.
I don't know. Perhaps I should just have Blackthorn make me in.
Well, don't just stand there gawping.
Ask about the past 5 years. Has it really been 5 years since we left the old place? How time
I
flies.
remember it like it was yesterday.
We're all waiting to treat Sid to a hero's welcome when Kupka's lot turned up. Not that we knew it was them. They just poured in like the plague of rats, cutting down anyone and anything that stood in their way. Blood and bodies everywhere there was, and a voice crying out for Sid to save us in the midst of it all. I'll never forget those cries. Theresa, mate.
You're our leader now, Clive.
Promise me you won't let anything like that happen again. Promise me that come what may, Sid will save us.
We won't hear me complaining.
It's even roomier than the old one was. Got my own stores, my own little counter. And thanks to you lot fighting the good fight, plenty of demands for me wares.
Only drawback.
It's the constant bloody racket. If it's not Dory's and Otto barking their orders, it's Blackthorn and Bar both banging away day and night.
Still,
If a pain in the ear holds the price I have to pay to be Sid the Outlaw's partner in crime, I say I've got myself a bargain.
coin purse weighing you down.
Should I just buy these even though I don't have one? Chandler's Whispers. Automatically charge magic spells and mana maintains the charge until cast. Accessory effective will not trigger unless the ability to charge magic is learned. Increase limit break generation amount by 3% when dealing damage. Increase limit break generation amount by 6% when taking damage. Good old music. Why the hell is the music so expensive? Elixir instantly restores all HP. Damn, okay. Affluent nobles obsessed with finding the secret to eternal life have created an unprecedented demand for this quality herbal concoction. Heretofore rarely used outside of battle. As such, its asking price has bloated to so great an extent that few soldiers can actually afford it.
Finished, are you?
Have we any more knuckle pies?
Our terms. Shelves. Blacksmith.
Clive,
Clive.
you've forgotten already? Because I haven't.
It was a right pain in the ass getting this place into shape, especially with the mess we were in. Not that it was anything new for those of us who put the old hideaway together.
Still,
That doesn't mean I intend on doing it again.
things here ain't too bad.
I suppose. I've got a decent hammer, a decent anvil, and a apprentice that knows this hammer from his cock. Oh, and the furnace is alright and all. Thanks to the old Sid's bellows. The gods only know how I kept the coals hot enough out here on the mere without them. Not with bloody crystals, that's for sure. I reckon you won't find a forge like this out there anywhere else in the Twins. I count myself lucky to work it. Thanks for getting me on. You need anything, you give us a shout.
So, what'll it be? No scratches, right?
Oh, I need a flame ton in order to make the Lebanon bolt.
Should last you a good while. Not bad, if I do say so myself. You can thank me later. Yeah, that should do you. Anything else?
If you told me you could fire a forge without a crystal or a bearer before I came here, I'd have taken you for a madman. But no, here it is. The secret's in the bellows, you know. They're Master Sid's own design. The other Master Sid.
The other Master Sid. Off limits, that means you.
Have you been to the toll?
Oh, these are mine. The Oath. The Oath. Created the day Clive pledged his allegiance to Sid. This crystal shard transfixed with twin daggers and a powerful reminder of a promise made, a friendship forged, and a legacy inherited. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. And that's all we have. Maybe the shells right there, that's where our archive will be once we're able to access it. All right, what do you got for me? There's the Moogle. You're wondering what this new board is behind me, aren't you? All in good time, my furless friend. All in good time. Kind of going to be like a hunting board, I bet.
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sends his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Hello.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
I After Sid fell and his hideaway was reduced to rubble at the hands of Hugo Kupka, Clive took on both his predecessor's name and role, becoming the second Sid the Outlaw and leader of the re-established resistance. Together with the other survivors and their new recruits, he continued Sid's mission to emancipate bears and rid the realm of the Mother Crystal. Chief Steward of Clive's hideout, Otto continues to serve the same role he did under Sid, being the primary person in charge of all monies and information coming and going out of the hideaway. Hello, Vivian.
I trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning.
And who are you? A scholar and strategist who makes her home in the hideaway, analyzing every shred of information that comes in from the wider world in order to dive the dispositions of the realm's armies and those who lead them. She offers insight to Clive that he might better understand the lay of the land. The moniker Nine Tails, of which she herself is fond, was gifted her by her fellow scholars in recognition of her ability to speak the length on almost any subject.
To think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws.
Maybe she'll be our
mostly
new bookkeeper.
Armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here?
Ah, here we go. Basically, this is what happened in the past 5 years.
Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dhalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was, adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
Here for another of my lectures.
Ask about the crystal
My
and
beloved
dominion.
homeland.
The crossroads of Valisthea, where one only has to stroll the streets to hear news from every far-flung corner of the realm. Its mother crystal yields more chance than any other, and its lands even now remain untouched by the Blight. It is a blessed country indeed.
Or at least, it was.
Until Sambrek elected to invade, and establish a new holy capital upon twin sites heretofro neutral shores. It pains me to see the land I love so changed, and even more to know that I did not predict it. I knew that Emperor Sylvester had design on the Dominion, but to abandon Oriflame, see the Holy Empire since its inception, seemed too audacious a move even for him.
I admit.
And I took up my professor's bonnet and began teaching at the University of Canva, did not think for a moment that I would one day count City Outlaw among my pupils. But nor do I imagine that my fellow educator would have designs on my life, and we both know how that ended. Has it been a year already? Such is the peril of an overly inquisitive mind, I suppose. One is wont to uncover that which others would go to great lengths to ensure remained hidden. Were it not for you and our mutual friend having come to my rescue, my courtesy would likely have proved fatal. But instead, I was not only saved, but granted a new lease on life, as professional tutor to a band of outlaws, no less.
A far more reputable fellowship
than anything in the academic world, I assure you.
one would think.
My role was abundantly clear by now. I offer you and yours the guiding light of knowledge, that of matters military and political, both past and present, that might illuminate your way ahead. For it is only by understanding what has come before that one might steer one's way towards a brighter future. Your role, meanwhile, is to ensure that I remain furnished with as much information of the state of the realm as your people can muster, in order that I might continue to apprise the disposition of the great nation and those who rule them. And, of course, to pay attention during my lectures. It would not do to appoint the storied Ninetales as your tutor, only to disregard our expert advice.
How may I help you today?
The state of the realm. By speaking with Vivian in the Hideaway's map room, Clive can view the state of the realm and learn more about the current going-ons in Valisthea. Revisit any of the Ninetales' past lessons, or take a deeper look at the relationship for those individuals in Clive's orbits. Okay, a comprehensive grid.
Here's the latest information I have.
Look at this. The Grand Cast. Here you can view a detailed visualization of characters' relationships in Final Fantasy XVI that updates as you progress through the main scenario. Use L1 and R1 to cycle through pivotal milestones in Clive's adventure. After Clive and Sid spirited away from the battlefield, sends back to health. 5 years have now passed since the fall of Drake's Head, and she and Clive continued Sid's mission to emancipate bearers and rid the realm of Mothercrystals. And trusted confident of Clive, leader of the new hideaway. Together they continue Sid's mission. Torgal. Clive's faithful friend, he is fiercely protective of him and his allies, loath as he is to lose his best friend again, never strays far from Clive's side, putting the hunting skills Sid taught him to use in fending off foes and picking up trails. Alright, so yeah. A mysterious hooded man who believed to be the dominant of fire, he is never seen outside the company of his faithful attendant. After being captured by Benedicta's intelligence and imprisoned in Ser Novert, he slipped free from his bonds and escaped to Phoenix Gate. Dominant of the Phoenix and former heir to the Ducal throne, Joshua was thought to have died at the hands of the second Eikon fire during the disaster at Phoenix Gate. However, he's very much alive, traveling the realms even now. Straight and hidden by a heavy cowl and assumed name, that of Lord Magrace. Oh, and I can change from Eikon to... Oh, okay, that's actually interesting. And I can't do that now. I can't do that until after. That's actually kind of cool. It's like, oh yeah. Until we learn that that's interesting. And truths. Murdoch lost his life, yeah. and we've already read all of them. Ambrosia. Clashed, friend, clashed. Cloaks and daggers. Ultima. An otherworldly being that Clive encountered in the inner sanctum of Drake's head. He addressed Clive as Mythos before attempting to merge their consciousness. However, Clive was able to summon the will to resist the creature before Joshua returned from the dead to imprison it in a cage of flame that he sealed away in his own heart. Nothing new with you. After Clive took her power, Kupo, awakening as the dominant of the Eikon Titan, thrust him into the forefront as well as personal fortune. His greatest treasure, however, was always Benedict and harm, so when a servant of Walud informed him that his loved one had been slain by Sid, his fury towards the outlaw and his allies knows no bounds. Permanent economic advisor to the Dhalmekian Parliament and dominant of Titan, he has little love for his country, taking advantage of his position to benefit himself and himself alone. After learning that Sid the Outlaw, the man who slew the love of his wife, Benedict Harm, still lives, he takes his personal guard with capturing and torturing bears in order to draw out his nemesis to take his revenge. Who the hell are you? Oh, the medicine girl, an orphan girl who pays for her bread by making and selling medicine. And, friend of Sid's and later Clive's, who keeps an ever attentive vigil on the coming and goings of Dhalmekian from his hometown of Constance.
One must understand one's place in the world.
The situation map. Here you can view a detailed overview on current past events related to Clive's story that updates you on the progress through the main scenario. And yeah, okay, basically the same thing. So this is basically somewhat the same thing as our, only to be forcefully recruited into the Imperial Army. Spirited away, Sambrek on his mother's orders, he would not return to his homeland again for many a long year. I think I've already read that before. Yeah, here's our story bits.
Very good.
I mean, I hope we can still talk. Oh, there. Okay, Harproctes. Yeah, there he is. He's right there. Tomes.
Look, it's Sid.
So okay, good. He's still here, so we can we can actually properly talk to him. Man, good news that everyone that was like important still alive. Hello.
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
On gods and men.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same, but alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night. From some, more than others. And the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
My knowledge is yours. I still remember.
The day I first met Tet and Crow, chasing their father about the hideaway one moment, clinging to the Mothercrystals the next. The twins' love for their parents was something to behold, so fierce and pure. When they passed, I feel the void they left in the children's lives could never be filled. Neither spoke nor smiled for years, hiding themselves away here in the shelves to bury their sorrows in the thieves of these tombs.
And thank goodness they did.
I believe the stories proved a welcoming distraction, as over time their pain faded and now they laugh and frolic as they once did, if not with more vigor. They remind us that no matter how deep our wounds, we all have the capacity to heal, and that happiness lost may be found again.
It has been difficult, certainly.
When Titan visited his wrath upon us on that dreadful night, we lost much. He robbed us not only of our home and our loved ones, but for that which Sid fought fiercest to preserve, our hope. Hope that we might never have found again had you not taken his name and become our light in the darkness.
Had you not let us hear.
To Brenimir and the Invincible were among the ghosts of the fallen, our journey can continue. Here in the belly of Leviathan, untouched by the passing of 1,000 years, does our hope burn brighter than ever, and here may it burn for 1,000 more.
Look around you.
While it is a far cry from the Imperial Library in Oriflamme, in 5 short years we have amassed more volumes than most men or women might hope to see in their lifetime. No longer are the tales they contain hidden away from all but the privileged. We have liberated them, that they might fill the minds of all who hunger for knowledge.
Still,
There's much more out there. As long as I draw breath, I shall continue to gather what I can.
I...
One day a chronicle of your own adventures might even grace these shelves. Or failing that, the floor.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
Yeah, I have... Yeah, I was about to say we should get
If
some
you
good
have a
shit here,
question
okay.
for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Alright, so the outlaw, leader of the hideaway, the dominant of Ramu, war and thunder. Its plans to create a world where bears and dominants could die on their own terms, meant destroying the Mothercrystals. An act of blasphemy that would see him forever denounced as an outlaw. It was during their mission that fell Drake's head in 873 that Sidolphus Thelmion lost his life, and the beast to a beast from beyond, passing the title Sid the Outlaw to his protege Clive. She and her harrowing yet long-suffering apprentice Gots followed Clive to the new hideaway in Moon, where they serve him in the same capacity they served his predecessor, so as to have supplies her fellow residents are in need of. After Sid's hideaway, followed his nan and joined Clive at their home in the lake. He has a keen interest in smithing and spends what little spare time he has gathered grinding, heating, and hammering metal, just as Blackthorn showed him. Where he keeps the news to the allies of the outfit with armor, though he's usually as sullen and secretive. His knowledge he is happy to share with Gots, and long eager to learn the art of smithing. I love that this got updated too now with Joshua. So that's pretty cool. Oh yeah! We still don't know who fucking Leviathan's dominant is yet. Leviathan's the only one we do not know. We have Ifrit, Phoenix, Shiva, Ramu, Garuda, Titan, Bahamut, Odin. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Unless this person ends up being frickin' Leviathan, which I highly doubt it. It's gotta be that person. New highway stops the Grand Library within the walls of the fallen ruins. He continues to share his knowledge with all of his listen. He has taken the orphan twins, Tet and Crow, as his apprentices, though they have yet to prove the most attentive audience. He was well loved both for its rival gain and the toothsame fare he connected the limit available in their indeed, many remain on many of Clive's news highway. Yeah, who lost his life at the night. Yeah, I believe so. I believe we actually saw him die. One pair of young twins who assist Harpocrates in the hideaway library, or at least are tasked to. In practice, he spends most of the time reading books and testing tomes with his sister Crow. Though their parents were both bears, Tet was spared that burden. Alas, he has not spared the tragedy of losing both his mother and father, so his highway was laid low. Born a bear like her parents, but spared the privilege. Alas, she was not. Yeah, okay, so they basically just have the same thing for both of them. Mysterious Watcher. Son of a lesser noble family of Dalmacia, tasked by Hugo Kupla to trace the whereabouts of Sid the Outlaw, the man he believes slew Benedict of Harm. His investigation led him to East Pool, where he overhears Clive and Gav's conversation and follows him back to Sid's hideaway. There's Ultima. Realm comprising the twins, continent of storm and ash, over which the Mothercrystals stand timeless vigil. Timeless, that is, until Sid and his disciples commence their campaign to bring each one, starting with Drake's head, crashing down, sparing chaos and confusion throughout the great cities and nations of Valisthea. An assault by Hugo Kupka, dominant of Titan, and his private guard on the first hideaway of Sid the Outlaw in the year 873. Safe haven established amongst forgotten ruins long consumed by the blight was entirely destroyed, and many of Sid's collaborators and the bears they had freed from servitude were slain. Here Sid and his adoptive family to freed bears, that is, until the fledgling utopia was brought crashing down after its location was destroyed by Hugo Kupka, dominant of Titan, in the year 873. In but a single night, the hideaway was destroyed, fewer than half managing to escape the slaughter visited upon them by Kupa and his men. A lake in the Blight lands at the southern edge of the former Grand Duchy of Rosaria, named for the dragon that shown tales say created the basin where it fell from the sky. Fallen airships dot its expansive waters like forgotten centopos, leading some to liken it to a graveyard. Its remote location, far from any trade route and deep inside the Dreadlands, made it an obvious choice for Clive when faced with rebuilding Sid's legacy. Nothing else in here. Nothing in here. After suffering the ignominy of losing Drake's head to an audacious assault by the outlaw Cid in 873, the Empire set sight on the Mother Crystal, or of its nearest neighbor, the Crystalline Dominion. Sanbreque's legion duly stormed the historically neutral territory and installed the imperial capital at Twinside. This brazen act of conquest sent shockwaves across Valisthea and heightened the already considerable tensions between the Empire and the Dalmekian Republic. Former capital of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque, after its Mother Crystal was destroyed and attacked by Cid the Outlaw, the decision was made to move the throne and her armies south of the Crystalline Dominion, regardless of whether or not the Dominion citizens approved. Oriflame has since fallen gracefully into decline, having lost the Mother's blessings and all benefits it brought. Sanbreque, it towered over the Holy Capital Oriflame, its mighty silhouette, a testament, and it fell, okay? In the year 873, Cid the Outlaw, along with certain of his allies, infiltrated the Sanbreque's capital of Oriflame, bringing down its Mother Crystal in a daring and unprecedented attack. Investigations after the fact conceded that the infiltrators took advantage of the disturbance caused by an aether flood to gain entry to the Empire's holy sanctum. In the aftermath of the incident, Cid was declared a wanted man, and the faction he led a criminal enterprise to be hounded across Vestal. Nothing here. Okay, more. I don't really care about that. Don't really care about that either. Dominican Republic. A nation formed from a federation of 5 smaller states. And its capital of Randella, also home of the Mother Crystal known as Drake's Fane, inside of which stands Castle Dazbog, home of Hugo Kupka, dominant of Titan. Kupa, obsessed with finding Cid and exacting his revenge for the murder of Benedict Harm, co-opted the soldiers of the realm and had them commit a series of atrocities in an attempt to flush him out of hiding. The Men of the Rock. Hugo Kupa's personal guard. On Kupa's orders, they ruthlessly gutted and destroyed Cid's original hideaway. Vengeance for the brutal beheading of Benedict Harm, but Kupa's thirst for revenge is not yet slacked, and it's with reckless abandon that he employs his means to commit atrocities across the realm. Yeah, no, we didn't behead her. We left her there. So, Constance, a town located in the rugged northern reaches of the Dominican Republic. Though it was once a thriving trading post, the comings of the Blight has served to both discourage travelers as well as drive off long-time residents. All that now remains are refugees fleeing from elsewhere, the black marketers who prey upon them, and barely enough soldiers to keep the peace, or rather to pretend to when they're not being bribed to look the other way. The sole surviving nation, Ashwellowed, has its capital of Storn, home to the Mother Crystal of Drake's Spine. It is ruled over by Barnabas Tharm, dominant of Odin and Warden of Darkness, who has long harbored ambitions of extending his reach into the neighboring continent of Storm. Somewhat surprisingly, the Sanbreque's army incursion into Crystal Domain prompted no intimidating response from the king, who appears to be biding time and considering his next move. Makes sense. Oh, I thought I saw something on that. A once independent state. After Drake's head was destroyed in 873, the whole Empire of Sanbreque declared Twinsides its new capital in defiance of a long-standing non-aggressive treaty. While controversial, the move carried out by Prince Dion and his Knights Dragoons proceeded mostly unopposed, largely due to the Dominion's lack of a dominant of its own with which to intimidate the interlopers. Pact in which was codified the agreement between nations to refrain from invading the Crystalline Dominion and laying claim to its Mother Crystal, Drake's Tail. It's both cemented the dominance position in the center of the world politics and placed checks the ability of key players to exploit the position. I missed one somewhere. God damn it. What did I miss? Oh, Northreach. When Sebrex moved its capital, Northreach went from being a virtual gateway to the seat of the Empire to a forgotten country backwater in a matter of moons. And with the fall, Drake's Head, the aether was soon leached from the lands around it, leaving the fields fall and the once thriving envisions barren and lifeless. Damn. The black market. One of the most valuable materials known to mankind, thanks to its ability to channel abundant ether from the air, allowing those without an immediate power to do so to cast magics. And as most Valistheans cannot live without magic, it's implied that distribution is heavily regulated by governments across the Twins. Though the penalties for illicit trade in crystals are severe, with demand far outstripping supply, many still dabble in the black market. The ability to resist the effects of ethereal exposure. This is higher in bears and dominants, allowing them to survive concentrations of aether that would turn any human who lacks their gift. Some animals, including chocobos, also have a natural resistance to the effects of aether, but one of the many reasons why the birds are so beloved across the Twins. Some dominants have the ability to call upon a part of their iconic power to summon a ward, a nigh impervious barrier that no magic nor matter can cross. However, its maintenance requires a continuous challenge of aether through the summoner's flesh, taking a heavy toll on them. The larger the barrier, the greater the burden. Damn, Joshua! The act of a dominant transforming to their living flesh into that of the Eikon priming does not require continual draw of the aether. It is rather maintained by the constant channeling of the vast quantities of aether imbued within the dominant's own body. This allows dominants to remain prime even when they enter the ethereal deadlands, but also results in the crystal's curse taking a heavy toll on them when every act of priming. Damn, okay. Those who own and manage bear or slaves, a bearer must always obey the orders of his or her master and are largely forbidden from acting independently, even when from speaking without express permission. When it is necessary to relinquish supervision of a bearer, such as when dispatching one on an errand, masters will often affix the emblem of their house or business to the slave's clothes so that they are not mistaken for an escapee. Airship. With this Clive's hideaway, yep. Beast. Weird that we're getting this now. Leader of the faction believed responsible for the shattering Drake's Head in 873. With a single act of infamy, Sid's name quickly spread to the four corners of Valisthea and beyond. A name that is being known as Ultima gives to Clive, it appears to be synonymous with Mythos. And I miss... Oh, Mythos. The name by which Ultima addressed Clive, it appears to be his title for the vessel of limitless power that he means to make of the young Lord Marquis, but to what end he requires such a thing only Ultima knows. Typhoon. Seemingly drawn to the destruction of the hard Drake's Head, Ultima emerged from a tear in reality wearing the skin of Typhon, a withered and wizard colossus, and drew Clive into a space between worlds wherein the ethereal entity might test the worthy of a vessel. Power most lately awakened within Sidolphus Talman. Dominants of the Eikon most often emerge among descendants of the Motes of Thunder, a tribe who once dwelt in the lands of Central Ash, lands that the kingdom of Welo now lays claim to. Mayhap in part due to the tribe's comparatively advanced learning, Ramu is associated with the wisdom and judgment to his day. Raptors. Panthers. Alright. Alright, that's everything. Yep, okay.
You are always welcome,
Good.
Clive.
Alright. Alrighty. Let's go rest for a bit. Mithril, a mineral most mighty. Introduction. Mithril is a material of both passing hardness and luster, and is those two qualities of which it is valued by the weapon and armor smiths of the realm. However, there is a third quality of mithril that sees it apart from steel or shell. Its durance. Its durance? While even the finest steel may be melted by dragon's fire, becoming brittle in frigid climates or turn to rust if not regularly and rightly oiled, mithril is, once made, entirely unchanging. In this volume, I'll explain how one might go about making, shaping, and employing mithril in one's work. Silence Treasury of Knowledge, Volume 11th. Ye Treasury of Beast. You seize which... Okay. I left it up there for everyone to read if they wanted to. Was that Tarj?
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems.
As
And
always.
looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself.
Yeah, thanks.
And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
Thanks.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Not a Stolas. All right. I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
Yeah, so it seems like she just carved. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like kind of a. It's.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
I'm trying to like actually like look at the thing, but it's hard because you can't really get like a good. You can't really like. I mean, at first I thought it was like burnt, but I guess they just like carved off the skin, which probably makes sense. Residents secure of Clive's hideaway and trusted ally of the cause. Bran is a bearer from birth and forced to serve as a battlefield healer. Charge put her surgical train to use in removing her own brand, a procedure she has since perfected and offers to any other escaped slaves. Okay. So yeah, just a regular. Hey, baby.
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
Thanks, baby. The reading table. Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive are delivered to the reading table in his chambers. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check the reading desk upon return to the hideaway. The Republic's play. Aw, poor Gav. The Republican army marches on the Empire at Twin Side, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, and I reckon. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance, the one we've been waiting for.
To take him down. To fight Titan.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
So you still can't just call upon
Eikon
Ifrit.
exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
Aww.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima.
Ultima.
If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does.
Thanks, babe.
To a world without Mothercrystals. To sit.
I like their interactions. I'm loving their interactions so much here. Hey! Yo! Yo, that is a nice outfit there, Josh. Dawn of the Phoenix and former heir to the Judicial Throne, Joshua has thought to have died at the hands of the second Eikon during the disaster at Phoenix Gate. However, he somehow survived, appearing before his brother once more some 13 years later in the inner sanctum of Drake's Head, and saving Clive from Ultima's advances by calling upon the power of the Phoenix to seal the being within himself. Companion and protector of Joshua Rosfield, dominant of the Phoenix. As well as she is dangerous, her blade is ever at the ready for any who might mean her master ill, and her taunts ever at hand to heal the sickly prince's hurts. Joshua addresses her by the name Jolt, but it's unclear whether this is her true name or another pseudonym. A bitterly cold corner of Storm's most northerly reaches, the loose collection of nations that sprung up around the region's erstwhile mother crystal, Drake's Eye, where unattained and pacified by Archduke Elwyn Rosfield of Rosaria in the year 854. However, in the years following Rosaria's annexation by the Empire, a combination of both the Blight's inexorable advances and Sambrecht's lack of interest in the territory has only worked to quicken the area's destabilization. So is Josh still, like, sickly and such? I guess.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Oh man, I honestly thought we were going to play as Josh for just like a little bit here. I am actually curious if we will play as anyone else, or if we're just
a moment,
stuck.
if you... my apologies. I didn't mean to intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
That's not good. The Gathering Storm.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
The mess.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip around the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Ah, my favorite pupil. How may I help you today? I have the details here.
Oh, I guess just, you know, update Joshua's profile and the attendant. Clive's hideaway, allies. Main protagonist is Oliver Breck, the Imperial Providence of.
Here you are. Thus ends today's lesson.
I was kind of hoping we'd also get our way for the side quest, dude. But that's fine. I'll just pick up the side quest here and we'll do that. And make our way to Martha's Rest and maybe do stuff along the way there too.
Finish with that long.
Welcome back, Sid.
Damn blighted bilge.
Bilge.
Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so. Assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Cock and ball. Shouldn't be too hard. Or too long, I mean. Or both, I suppose.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth.
It's so weird that it seems like when your allies are fighting enemies that aren't.
Can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
What's that? Curse Breakers. A unit drawn from those of fighting agent martial train among the residents of the hideaway who conduct operations to liberate bearers from slavery. Began as a loose collection of like-minded individuals in hideaway who chose to rid themselves of their bearer brands that they might serve the cause out on the field. The order was gradually expanded both in ranks and its operations since the move to Bremen, all under Otto's watchful eyes. I plumb forgot what I was going to talk about. God damn it. Oh yeah, allies. It's so weird. It seems like the allies don't really do that much damage when they're fighting the same enemies you are. But like when they're fighting enemies that you can't see them fight, they do so much more damage. They do like at least half of the enemy's HP, and you're like, what the fuck? While fighting the same enemy you are, they struggle to do like 10.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Zed.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Did you find me some wax? Sticky substance found in the pitcher of a carnivorous plant which thrives in the Azarian lowlands.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as my old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Oh, what the heck is that stuff? The green. What's that? The 10 things that I just got. Badge of Might. Increase attack by 12. That's new. But no, what was that we just got 10 of something? We got 10 of something. What is it? Moth's Rest.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
I'm sorry, Sid. We were too late. The Imperials have already left.
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Can I actually... It looks like you can fast travel everywhere that I've been to now, so that's decently good.
Boys from the garrison might still be...
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go...
What up?
One of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Dark clouds gather. Oh, joy.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Anything catch your eye?
Probably your mother, because she's a bitch. Stone skin cuffs. Increase stone skin tonic duration.
Thanks very much.
Oi, look sharp!
If those Orsons touch an hair on Martha's head, I'll kill them all myself.
Look. Up ahead.
Is that Martha?
Martha. Are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bear.
Black Shields. Second command of the Curse Bearers, who assists with the coordination of their troops' bear or liberating activities under the supervision of his captain Doris. Formerly a slave soldier for the First of the Republic before being freed and taken in by those he now calls his brother and sisters in arms.
They were gonna hang us both when the sick rose from their beds. Poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Oh, thank God she's alive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke?
Oh, yeah, Black Shields, yeah.
There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
step too far, even for the Empire.
See, look at that! Black shields. Is this some kind of twisted joke?
Farewell.
No, I definitely should, like, I really don't want to look up, like, oh, is there a way to, like, get more ability points or some such?
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Fuck.
Damn it. I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
It's over.
Enemy slain.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
Quest complete. Dark clouds gather. What is that? What's my... What is this?
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Yeesh.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
Oh, hey.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cuttings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive?
Yeah, he's not surviving.
He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers... they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Release. The Black Shield. An order of knights instituted by Empress Annabella in one of her first acts as viceroy of the newly established imperial province of Rosaria. They are tasked with purging the impurities from the province, which in practice primarily involves slaying bearers upon the slightest pretext. Make for Riddick's jump.
It's over. You're finished.
Wait, is Jill not with me? No, I guess not. Oh my god, that's a... Armin, rank C, bounty. What the hell? Notorious marks. Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While flight is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown, but also rare materials that may be used to craft new gear or upgrade existing items.
Do you think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball. I can't go on.
I got doomed. That's some bullshit.
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
And they call themselves our countrymen.
Thank you.
Oh, motherfuckers even there still too. I'm curious. What if I do this? Let's save. No.
Too slow.
Fine hound.
Too slow.
Wake up.
To me, boy. Too slow.
For what? No, stop. Oh, fuck off with that bullshit. Okay, fuck you then. I was gonna beat it. I was gonna straight up beat it, but then no. They're like, oh no, you got out of the thing. Even though I didn't.
That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Now that you're here with me, babe, we're gonna go fight that thing. I am the thunder. Discharge 50 blind justice. Oh, okay.
Too slow. Nice try. Too slow. Nice try. Too slow. Farewell.
Farewell. Notorious mark slain.
You didn't see that coming.
No, he did not.
Thank you, Founder.
I didn't really get anything special from that, but I wonder if that's what that bounty board that the Moogle was in front of at the hideout
Look sharp.
was.
They call themselves our country.
They've killed my parent.
What's up?
No one survived then.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
We'll leave a couple with them here. I need to know what the fuck this green thing is, which I have a feeling I'll learn here in a little bit. That's odd. The quest has a plus on it.
Best off staying where we are.
Try not to move. You'll only make it worse.
Oi! You there! Don't just pass me by.
What's up with you?
You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones?
There's one literally standing right behind me.
Chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos. Fighting bandits.
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
All right.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals.
She's a hero to us locals.
You'll know her when you see her, right enough.
Whiteheart, huh?
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
Could it be our chocobo?
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
That's quite a name for a chocobo. It is a white chocobo.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
Is that our chocobo?
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they weren't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off.
Piss off.
How about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
It's over.
Rod of Redemption.
Good work.
Yay.
You're safe now. White Hart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be.
Ambrosia.
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived.
The Culling. After being made viceroy of the new annexed Rosarian territory, the Empress Annabelle quietly established a host of loyal Imperial soldiers, the Black Shields, to maintain order. Though branded as keepers of the peace, their true purpose is to carry out what has come to be known as culling, or brutal massacres of provincial bearers and those who show them sympathy. Killing is swift and indiscriminate, with the Shields dispatched serving as judge, jury, and executioner, and the chaos left in their wake is usually enough to deliver entire settlements to ruins. Okay, exactly what happened with East Flood.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
Damn, this is taking a little bit longer here. I'll put the patch over her eye.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry. We'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No. No, that can't be right.
Oh, this guy.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am.
Kind of forgot about him.
Mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Hey, we got Ambrosia, the white-winged wanderer. Level up. Ambrosia's track. A bespoke style and blinders worn by Clive's childhood chocobo Ambrosia. Quee! Chocobo unlocked. Go ride my chocobo out to the foot of the owner of this rodeo. After 18 long years, Clive has finally been reunited with his faithful steed. Hold R3 while in the field, summon Ambrosia and X to mount the chocobo.
Good girl.
When you ride alone.
Faster!
All right, guys. Well, I think...
Thanks, Gal.
I think that's going to do it for this part of Let's Play Final Fantasy 16. In the next part, guys, we'll be making our way back to the hideout, since there's really nothing else for us to do. So, but anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give that like button a click. And comment down below what you like about the video, didn't like about the video. Let me know, guys, what you think of Ambrosia joining us now. It's really nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess 18 long years since it was 13 the first time and then the other 5. So, yeah, 18 years. So, yeah, it's really interesting that we now have Ambrosia back. I love that. So, yay. So, yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it. As well as, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And subscribe to my main channel, too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter, the RMG Kingdom Kid Twitter, are in there, too. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I'll see you all next time.